Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the channel. And today, in this episode, we will be doing another DQ250 swap. I've got my buddy Alan, so that's him. So he wants a DQ250 swap done on his own A3 as well. So yeah, we'll be doing it. I'm at DLB Motorspec actually, so they'll be doing all the hardware removal and installing from my side. So I'll chip in and then I'll come through to do the wiring stuff, and then another guy obviously will come and do the coding stuff. So yeah, we have an A3 three-door hatchback, so we'll be doing the actual swap on this car so that we do it to a DQ250 in and remove the old DQ200. So let me show you all the parts that we need, that you need to do. There's a full conversion for this car. If you're not going to be doing a Golf R swap like how I did on mine, so it's a fairly simple stuff. So let me show you all the parts required. All right. So the parts that you need to do the swap, obviously number one will be the DQ250 box. You need this coolant temperature valve that sits at the top of the gearbox. Obviously it uses a different flywheel, a different starter. So this is the O2E starter motor that you need, that fits over there. Flywheel bolts, and these are all the gearbox bolts that you would require obviously to do it. And coolant lines, coolant pipes. So this one connects onto the other radiator and then it branches out to the gearbox cooler, which is over here, and then this one goes to the coolant shutoff valve. Obviously you need a new gearbox mount because they are different from here. And then once you're done, obviously another thing that we need, the DQ250 plug. We need to obviously convert the wiring from the square type to the round plug that goes into here. And once we are done with that, we need to build wiring for this car, obviously, because now we need to power this valve, as I mentioned in some of the old videos. We need to power this, so we'll be building these wiring. So he bought also the wiring kit for the plug. So this is the small connector. Let me see if I can try and take it out for you guys. Okay, so some repair wires, obviously to build on top of the plug. You can buy these off Audi as well. This is the connector plug that will connect on top of this solenoid, and then we just simply wire it up and pin it up from here to there, and then we run the wiring to the ECU, and then we just code it all up. So Dean from DLB, he will be doing all the hard work, and then yeah, we'll remove this gearbox, put in the DQ250 in here, and then I'll join you shortly while I do the wiring as well. Let's go.
What's up now? We're supposed to be closed already.
Alright, gearbox is in. Shout out Dean.
I'm going home now.
You're going home. The guys are just finishing up installing the drive shafts. What else? And then the next step we'll tackle the wiring. And then
We're tackling the wire. Yeah.
yep, doing all of those soldering up, doing the coolant lines, and then yeah, man, we should be all good. Customer should be happy with this swap.
I hope so.
Shout out DLB. I'll leave the links in the description. All right. So the gents have done here by DLB Motorspec have done the hardware part. The gearbox is fitted back in. So the next step now, I need to trim out this wiring, cut it up, because this is for the gearbox. And then once I'm done with that, we need to obviously fit back this one for the run plug that goes all the way down there. And then once we are done with that, I need to build wiring for here to the body harness side. So I will run it. I won't run it through the gray connector because I think it's just going to be too much unnecessary work. So I'll just pin it from the ECM and then take power from the somewhere in the gray connector and then tape it all up and then run it directly to the plug. So that's what I will do. And yeah. From there, once I'm done with converting the plugs over, it's a matter of just plug it back in, put the battery, test if I have communication, and then once I'm happy with the communication, and then the guy can come and do his coding part. And then once we're happy with all of that, we can then fit back the coolant lines that has to plug in there, and obviously there. So it will branch out from here to these two parts, and then one will go there, the other one there, and the other one there. So we'll have a complete cycle of coolant. So that's how it's going to work. And then, yeah, then we get to the wiring. Okay, plug has been converted. The only thing now, I need to plug it in, switch on the ignition, plug the battery, test if there's communication, and yeah, we move on to the next step, which will be soldering this all plugs up, taping it all up, and then yeah, we should be good. Then we need to tackle the coolant valve pipe plug, which we'll do from this pin. Okay, we just plugged in back the battery. So let's see if we've got communication. Sorry for the bad light there. The P is all good. Obviously those are the standard errors. So I've got auto here. Let's do an auto scan and see if we get a nice clean communication. Alright, so if we now go here, it's communicating. Loading system data here. That means we can communicate. Obviously it's saying safe on the cluster because component protection obviously maybe it's kicked in, so we can't It has to still be coded into this car. The P is not flashing, which is all good. And then yeah, man, we've got good communication on the system, and that's good. So the guy can now come in and code up the gearbox to this car, and then we should be good. Let's finish up the wiring. Okay, so I'll be using one of these now to actually heat shrink onto those solders. So yeah, we're done. I'm done with the converting of the wiring, but there's just one more that I need to do for the ECU plug to the cooler valve at the gearbox, for the gearbox, and then yeah, let's get to it. Let me quickly do all of this soldering and then continue. All right, so the plug is plugged back in. The next thing that I will tackle is this one for the coolant valve, and then we'll just hook the wiring all the way to the body harness and then to the ECU, and then we'll code that back in, and then easy peasy. Okay, it's the next morning. We are back, so just need to wrap up the wiring for the car. The lighting is quite bad, but yeah, sorry. I just need to wrap up the wiring for the A3. I'm here by DLB, so just waiting for him to show up. But let me show you what we need to finalize. Okay, so the gearbox plug has been done and plugged into the car. We have communication, so the next thing we need to do is to wire this thing up. Run the wiring all the way from here to the ECU. This is the body side of the ECU side, not the engine side. This one is for the engine, and then this one is for the body side, the T91 pin. So on pin number 39, that's where we need to pin it up, so that this thing can now talk to the car. So basically we need to run the wiring from here all the way to there. So, and then once we're done, we just code it all up. The guy to code the gearbox is on his way as well, and then yeah, we take it from there. So let me quickly fix up the wiring, and then I'll catch you shortly. Are you done with the coding?
I'm finished with the coding here. As you know, we're just doing a conversion from a DQ200 to a 6-speed DQ250.
Yes.
So the coding is done. So the next thing is just to test drive and see how the car is performing.
Yeah, man. Where can guys reach out to you, man?
They can go to my website, www.pexautotech.co.za.
All right. Where and location here?
Based in 133 10th Road, Q.
All right.
Okay.
No stress, guys. Thank you, man, for doing the coding. Links will be in the description down below. Reach out to Pex Auto Tech. Yes. Thank you, man.
Okay.
The next morning.
All right. Yeah. The Alan's car is now done. DQ250 has been successfully swapped. We just finished washing up the car. So we're just waiting for him to come and pick up his own car. And then, yeah, he should be happy. Hopefully he will like it and enjoy the newly swapped A3 8V 2013 year model. So it is technically very much possible. Shout out to the DLB guys who will help me with this. So yeah. All right. So I'm just taking out the car for a drive. Just to see how well it's gonna shift, how it's gonna behave, so that it adapts to the shifting and all of that. And yeah, so far it looks like it's driving. Let me just flip the camera around. All right, there we go. Yep, the DQ250 is in. We're cruising fourth. that's a successful gearbox swap with 6. And then and that's how you do a DSG DQ250 conversion, my ladies and gentlemen. It's all done, it's driving, it's shifting nicely. You see? There we go. Smooth like silk. So now I just need to turn around. DQ250 swapped on an Audi A3 1.8 TFSI, and this guy has a stage 1 tune actually on his car, so which is quite cool. Here we go. Okay, so I just need to get in and park. Back at DLB. All right, so that was a successful first drive on his car. So yeah, the car is now converted to a DQ250 from a DQ200. We did the wiring, I did the basic settings. DLB Motorspec guys here helped me obviously remove the hardware and reinstall the hardware, and then I just chipped in with the wiring, and I asked another friend of mine, Dennis from Pax Auto Works, to come and do the coding. His links are in the description. So yeah, it's a successful first drive. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment, and then if you guys also need such things done on your car, let me know. I can assist you if you want to, and then yeah, I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Peace.